So psychology gets its start officially in 1879 thanks to the help of Wilhelm Wundt at the University of Leipzig in Germany. Okay, and so what Wundt was very much focused on was a concept, his school of thought, known as structuralism. So structuralism, ultimately, the reason that Wundt came up with this idea is, trying to model psychology after the hard sciences. So how can we break down psychology, or at that time he was wanting to look at consciousness. How can we break down consciousness into elements similar to like chemistry? Because with chemistry, you've got your chemical compounds, and ultimately with structuralism, he is wanting to model that after something like chemistry, where we're breaking down the consciousness into elements, where maybe if we can break it down that way, we can understand it a little bit more. And how he started to study it, or what he tried to apply to structuralism, is what's known as introspection. So introspection is trying to examine your own conscious experience, and I like to use the oxymoron, trying to look inward objectively. And so that's oxymoronic because we can't look inward and make observations about ourselves in an unbiased manner, in an objective manner. Anytime you add the human element to what you're trying to study and trying to make it scientific, it's not going to work long term. So this is why structuralism ultimately kind of phased out, as well as consciousness in general is an unobservable entity. Okay, so whenever we move toward a little bit later with William James, James thought that behavior, or more so, mental functions, is what he was more so focused on. Behaviorism comes a little bit later. He was concerned about how mental activities help us to adapt and to survive and to advance. So he's a big theory of evolution guy. So functionalism truly emphasized on how mental activities contribute to basic environmental survival, hence functionalism. So that was with William James, one of the first Western psychologists, or first American psychologists, you can thank for functionalism.